You need to really know yourself and hone in on your own skills, know your strengths and weaknesses. It allows you to have a more open mind to other people's perspectives on a certain situation, communication skills, and definitely knowing how my way of interacting with another person may be different from how they interact with other people.
What does personal growth mean and what does it cost? Hey, I'm Madison, and this is Growing Pains, a space where Gen Z gets real about the messy, meaningful process of growth and what it really means to our generation. Each episode, we have Gen Z individuals diving into how growth shapes our careers, relationships, and identities, and how things like culture, environment, and failure challenge us along the way. Because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always personal.
Our next guest has first-hand experience with how growth and career go hand in hand. She recalls the milestones that led her to the career she's in now and how they helped her navigate challenges and lessons along the way.
I'm Shelby. I'm 26 years old. Personal growth to me is setting goals for yourself and accomplishing it. I would define my personal growth as the career that I'm in right now. I'm a registered nurse. It took me 5 years of college education to get here. And I think since I was a child, I always planned to be a nurse. I also have other goals like getting married and having kids and like a general timeline of when that should be. I think as a child being in sports, I paddled canoe competitively for Kamaha'o Canoe Club. Being around other like-minded people kind of motivated me to also be successful as an adult.
Communication and team building skills are key when it comes to growth. Shelby shares how sports played a huge role in her own journey.
As a competitor, which also played a role in how I'm successful as an adult. Establishing goals as a child or young adult, and staying busy, being in different like clubs and sports helped me in my career because as a nurse you have critical thinking skills and be able to make decisions that could possibly save someone's life. So I think being able to learning how to manage your time and learning different skill sets as you grow older will help you ultimately in the future.
A huge part of growth is understanding those around you. For Shelby, she says it is a key trait to have as a nurse.
Being in sports as a child or a teenager allows you to learn how to work well with others, especially people who have different upbringings and belief systems, different skill sets, different styles of doing things. So when you become a nurse, you require your healthcare team doing things like that, I guess pretty much prepares you for being successful in your career, whichever career that may be, because no matter what you do, you have to work alongside others. You need to really know yourself and hone in on your own skills, know your strengths and weaknesses. So I think being cognizant of others and yourself plays a huge role in success.
Taking accountability for yourself and staying mindful are just a couple lessons learned through personal growth. But how does it affect the relationships we have with others?
Being cognizant of your strengths and weaknesses allows you to grow a thicker skin, be more mindful of the things that you do, and it allows you to have a more open mind to other people's perspectives on a certain situation. It allows you to see the situation as a whole rather than just yourself. Understand different people's opinions and values may not align with your own, but it's important to be fair. It helps with your leadership skills too, because every challenge that you face, you just get stronger. In life, you're gonna experience different things and learn how to grow through different challenges, which ultimately will make you stronger in the end, even though, sometimes it's like yin and yang. Sometimes there's always a struggle, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Shelby states how communication was vital in her growth journey, but understanding perspective also taught her lessons on growth that she still carries today.
Communication skills and definitely knowing how my way of interacting with another person may be different from how they interact with other people. So I'm a very straightforward, like I do well with confrontation and constructive criticism. Some people don't. You might lean on a manager or someone in a leadership position to really communicate what issues you have across without negatively affecting another person's esteem or feelings. So it's important to know who you're talking to and how to best communicate in a professional manner with certain members of the team, because some people, again, were raised differently and don't communicate well in the same fashion or style that you communicate in.
Although self-awareness is key in growth, crediting the relationships we have with others is necessary. As a nurse, Shelby understands this belief and finds security in her team.
Always being productive as a child, young adult, teenager, eventually, made me into a productive nurse. Being able to work as a team in sports allowed me to work as a team in healthcare. You really have to rely on your team members in order to be successful. So my CNAs, the doctors, you need to really communicate well in order to best treat the patient. So I think ultimately I had a positive effect from my personal growth from a young age. Really benefited me in a positive way as an adult.
Academic achievements and goals were a major stepping stone in Shelby's growth. She shares how resilience and staying kind to yourself shaped a part of who she is today.
I think starting off as a new grad, being in nursing or the healthcare field is a very steep learning curve. You really have to, I think, be determined, be kind to yourself, but also really hone in on the skills that you already have, that you gained, and then you add more skills to that same tool belt, because it's such a steep learning curve. And then you need to have like a lot of faith in yourself, because there's going to be days that you feel like giving up and you feel that you're inadequate, but you have to remember that everybody starts that way somewhere in whatever career path they choose, or whatever, like raising a child, or I don't know, getting a new job. You just really have to be kind to yourself and know that the skills that you gained over time is what got you there in the first place. And you can continue to grow because the way is up.
Shelby proves how utilizing growth within your given career offers an assist in understanding different perspectives from a clearer lens, and how communication can get you far when it comes to working as a team. In our next episode, we join a Gen Z teacher who shares how social media affects our perceptions of finance and the economy we live in today, and how teaching diversity can pave the way for our youth towards a more complex growth journey. I'm Madison Hagio, and we're just scratching the surface of the complexities of growth, because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always personal.